For years we've been bringing the treatment room to you at home, so through different devices like the facial lift massager, which we launched about 8 years ago, more recently the Pro Hydra Mist steamer, and I wanted to focus on something else that we do a lot of in treatments, which is extraction. So removing dirt, pollution, grime, makeup, oils that are sitting in the skin. So whether you have blackheads, whether it's blocked pores, whether it's open pores that fill up on a regular basis, we want to give you that kind of glass-like look to the skin where those pores seem to disappear. There are about 20,000 pores on the face, so there's a lot of areas to get blocked. So we're really looking at how do we extract in a treatment room. What we do is we deep cleanse, because the skin preparation is kind of more important almost than the actual extraction part. So we would use a very deep cleansing, often an oil-based cleanser like Ultimate Cleanse. This can really penetrate into the pores. It will soften the sebum that's in the skin already. And then we'll use a steamer. Steam will just gently warm up the pores, warm up the skin. It will soften the sebum. At the same time, we're manipulating the skin, we're massaging, we're softening into the pores. And it's only then after we've done all of this that we'll actually do extraction. And when we do an extraction process, we'll be working on the skin with the pores, but we'll actually use a rocking motion, which is a little bit of a massage manipulation to really dislodge any dirt and sebum that's trapped in the pore. So rather than diving in and trying to push it up, we're actually working to dislodge it with this sort of manipulation and massage technique. It shouldn't leave any marks on the skin, you shouldn't cause any scarring or damage because it's all been prepared so well. So we've used that intel to create the Pro Pore Refiner. It has a 3-step program in it to mimic everything that we professionally do in the treatment room, so that if you're doing any kind of extraction at home, it's done in the safest possible way with minimum trauma to the skin. So we start using the warming plate on the bottom of the device, and this is a thermotherapy, so it starts to heat up the skin. At the same time, there's ionic cleansing, which draws the dirt and the pollution and whatever's trapped in the pore from deeper within the skin towards this plate. That's stage 1, which takes a couple of minutes. You then move on to stage 2, and using the same part of the device and massaging it across the face, you're actually then continuing the thermotherapy, which is the heating, which is what we're doing with the steam in the treatment room. And you're also here using ultrasonic vibrations, so it's a massage technique. Those are the first 2 steps, and each of those take 2 minutes, and there's a timer so it's easy to use. You then go on to the 3rd step, which is actually your vacuum extraction. There's 3 intensity levels, so if you have a fine, more delicate skin, you're going to stay on intensity level 1. If you've got maybe a tougher skin, maybe it's a bit heavier blocked, you can move to 2, and then for parts of the body, move up to intensity 3. So you can really customize this depending on your skin, depending on your age, depending on your types of blockages, and very carefully programmed with timing and with all the different settings for you to be able to use it at home. We've got lots of detail in videos on how to use it exactly, and to get your skin really with that professional deep cleansed finish. I'm joined by Jodine from our clinic boutique. We've been talking about blackheads, pores, congestion, all because of the new Pro Pore Refiner. So I was wondering, do your friends talk to you about their skin, and do they have issues with blackheads, and what do they talk to you about?
Yeah, it's a common concern for me and my friends, especially this area here. We really trying to do extractions at home on each other and just keep that nice and clear. So I'm really excited to try and use the Pro Pore Refiner actually on them to see the results. Yeah.
Why do you think it's this area? Why do you think this is the problem?
Because you can see the texture and feel it as well, so it becomes more of a concern.
So with the clients that you're seeing in the boutique and people coming in, are you also seeing like a big concern with blackheads here or here? What are the main things that people are sort of saying?
Yeah, I think especially being in the city, you know, in town, we do see a lot more congestion, oiliness, the visible pores. So people do often ask how to treat that at home, how to prevent it from reoccurring as well when they are getting the congestion.
So you mentioned that you sometimes do extractions with your friends at home, or if you go to see them, and do you kind of do like mini facials, or do they just say, look, you're a professional, you can do this, can you get rid of this for me?
So it can be a little bit spontaneous sometimes, I try and get them to warm the skin first, and then we can do it a little bit more professionally, yeah.
Which is the key thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's like in the treatment room, we'll always do these whole processes before we actually extract, and that's what you get with the Pro Pore Refiner, because we've taken that sort of intel from the treatment room. Should we have a look at it?
Let's do that.
So with the Pro Pore Refiner, we've got all the different technologies kind of built into it. So we're looking at the kind of warming plate here, so the thermotherapy and the ionic cleansing, which will help to lift out the dirt and draw up everything deep within the pores. So it starts off with the plate heating up, as you know. It takes a little while to heat up, but then you can do this with your friends, you see. You can do professional pore extraction. And so the thermotherapy and the ionic cleansing is going to lift the dirt and the grime into the surface of the pores, but also that heat starts to soften everything, like if we were doing a sort of steam in a professional treatment. What does it feel like?
It feels silky.
Does it?
Yeah,
it's
you
quite
can feel
nice.
that warming feeling.
It does feel
quite
quite comforting.
comforting.
Yeah, I think so too. And it will go for 2 minutes, and then that will stop. And then when it stops, you just change your setting. And then we just move to the second one, which you can hear, because that now has the thermotherapy with the ultrasonic vibration. So tell me how this one feels.
It feels really relaxing.
But the reason for it, obviously it's relaxing, which is really nice, but it's also getting into the pores now, and it's almost jiggling them around,
yeah,
shaking them, moving, dislodging the dirt. Think about all that dirt and pollution and grime and oils. It's giving them a bit of a shake up. So once you've done that all over the face in your 2 minutes, you then move into the actual extraction nozzle part of it, which has a really good, intense kind of extraction. There's 3 different settings. So on your skin, when you've used it, which one have you done? Which intensity?
On the
One.
first setting, on one, yeah.
Same for me.
Yeah.
So there's a second intensity which is stronger. Who would you use that on?
So that would be for my partner, but also on the third setting, we've actually played a bit on the shoulders, so there's a bit of congestion there, yeah.
Perfect, because the skin's so much kind of tougher there. So the third setting, I always think
it's
better for the body part. So if we were working on the chin, which you said is quite an area for lots of your friends, we would just stretch the skin so it's always nice and taut, and then you just work into the areas with little stroking motions. Do you find it really easy to use?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think your
you
friends
can have a
would?
play with it. It's, very easy. It's self-explanatory, really. You're just going to press the on button, keep pressing to the different strengths.
And do you think that now you've got this device that you would use this rather than your manual squeezing?
On myself, 100%.
And what about on your friends? Would you get your friends all to get one?
Yes. Yeah,
do
I
you
think they're already putting their orders in.
Oh,
so.
So if they try yours, they'll probably then be addicted.
Yeah. It's a lot easier, a lot safer. It's a nice way to do it. It's quick.
Yes.
So.
And I think it's really important that it's the safe bit.
Yes.
So for us as sort of skincare professionals, and for me, bringing a device onto the market was about actually it has to be something that respects the skin and does it in the right way. And I have seen lots of extraction devices that I think, and they can cause damage. So this way, if you follow the steps, the program that's kind of been built into it, you end up with a very nice, safe extraction process. And as you said, it's actually quite nice and pleasurable to do anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think there are so many people that I know that they look at their partner's noses and think, I want to kind of get into that and squeeze them, or their sons or whatever. And this is a great fun tool to be able to do it with.
Yeah.